Petron, world-class fuels and engine oils give maximum performance in every driving condition. Feel happy with Petron.
What is your name and what career are you on now?
Okay, my name is Rusihan Anwar bin Zaihat, and I am a civil engineer by profession. My professional qualification is a civil engineer. But right now, as of now, I am actually the retail training manager for this company, Petron Malaysia, and the allied business manager for Petron Malaysia. So I have actually two positions. These are business positions. Nothing to do with engineering, but the early years of my career has been all in engineering, because professionally I qualified as a civil engineer. Okay.
And at what point of your life you decided to pursue in this career?
Okay, which career are you referring to?
To civil engineering.
Civil engineering. Okay. Actually, when I decided to become a civil engineer, those days we were not as lucky as you were. We didn't have a proper career guidance or career plan in school. So a lot of my friends wanted to do engineering, and I just want to relate you a story and how I ended up being a civil engineer. Okay? When I was in school, I was very good in biology. And as you know, biology has got nothing to do with civil engineering or engineering. But overall, I'm good in all science subjects. But biology was my favorite. So when they asked me what I wanted to be, I always said that I wanted to be something. The first choice is something to do with biology, and I put biomedic without really knowing what it's all about. Because I don't think I can be a doctor. The next best thing to a doctor would be a biomedicine. And then I put engineering also in there. So when I went for an interview like you, before I was offered a scholarship, masa itu those days when we were good, we were sent overseas. And the interviewer said to me that, look, your first choice is biomedic, your second choice is civil engineering, your third choice is accountancy, and it's all not related. Okay, so really, to answer your question, at what point in my life that I decided to pursue civil engineering, it is actually more of a herd instinct. A lot of my friends were doing engineering, and I thought engineering was cool, and I was not doing very badly in physics. I like physics. I hate chemistry, and that's why you can see that I didn't choose a path in petrochemical and all that. Okay, I didn't do very well in chemistry, but I like physics, I like biology, and between the two, I opted for civil engineering. Okay, I have a passion for things that are static. I can imagine things that are static, and you know, civil engineering, it deals with things that are static, physically present in front of you. But electrical engineering is something you deal with things that are not present in front of you, like electrons and all that, kan? So it's quite difficult for me to imagine, because I'm more of a person that deals with things real life, and that's why I chose civil engineering. Okay.
Who influenced you to choose this career?
No one. No one influenced me, but I think, like I said, friends, and more like a herd instinct at the time. You know what is a herd instinct? Okay, peers around us. But I come from a family that has got a heavy influence in journalism, because my father is a reporter, my grandfather is a writer. Okay, so we come from a family who are very heavy or influenced in journalism, in mass media. But between the three of us, I mean, I've got three three of us, three siblings, actually, including me. I'm the middle one. None of us actually pursued a career in mass media, journalism. Although our family line has got that very heavy influence, and I just went for engineering because I came from a science school, yeah, science school, science stream. So it would be a waste at that time, and I thought to myself it would be a waste for all my talent in the science subject to opt for something not technical. So I pursued civil engineering. No one influenced me. I just wanted to be an engineer. Okay.
How early did you decide to choose this path of career?
How early?
How early?
When you talk about career, when I choose to be a civil engineer, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that was after, now it's called SPM. 17 years old, if that answers your question. Okay. I chose to be a civil engineer because I chose civil engineering.
Okay. What are the necessary skills needs for this career?
Okay. In engineering, civil, mechanical, electrical, as you know, you need to be good in science subject and mathematics. Okay. And of course, if you are doing electrical engineering, there's a lot more maths involved. There's a lot more imagination involved because you are dealing with things that you don't see. It's all a calculation and all that. But you must have a passion for your science subject. Okay. If you do not have passion for science, it's going to be tough for you. Okay. Because engineering deals with things that are accurate, and those are based on calculation. Okay. It's not something that is not so exact. Engineering is an exact science. Okay. So yeah, that is a skill that you need to have. But skills alone don't make you a good engineer.
Yeah.
Okay. You need to have passion. Okay.
How passionate were you for this career? Can you give examples of what you have done?
How passionate am I for this career? I guess I grew to love engineering. As I said that I was like, inducted into this. It was not my first love. In fact, I didn't know much about engineering when I was in school. After I entered university, I said, yeah, it's kind of not bad as a career. So, how passionate I am? I'm very passionate in what I do, and I grew to love civil engineering so much that even though now I'm not doing civil engineering anymore, but I still get myself involved in the civil engineering technology. Like now you see they're building the MRT. I'm always amazed on how they do this, what technology they use to put in the post-tension girder, how did they put these things in place, why is the beam this size, because I'm very passionate about engineering as I grow to love it. Okay, and that's why I still get myself involved in things that are engineering, even though I'm not doing engineering anymore. Now, what have I done, or you want examples of the things that I've done in life to show my passion for this subject matter or for this field? When I joined ISU at the time, of course later on it became ExxonMobil and then it became Petron. I was asked to build a station, construction engineer, and I thought I was going to deal only with civil engineering. But ISU at the time does not have people who just deal with civil engineering. They just want a marketing engineer, and a marketing engineer needs to know everything about marketing plus engineering. And engineering encompasses electrical, civil and mechanical, because at the service station you have all the three. Okay. Now, if you do not know any basic and electrical engineering, you're going to have a problem, because you have a lot of electrical engineering services that goes into a station. So being passionate about my field of learning, the engineering field, I start to learn by myself on the job about electrical services, about mechanical services, and applying the knowledge that I learned in university, the little knowledge or the limited knowledge that I have in university about this thing in my job. And being so good at it, okay, not just praising myself, being so good at it, you can ask your dad, your dad knows, okay. I actually develop a lot of things that the company is now using. For example, if you go and fill up at the station, okay, you are going to use a credit card to pay. That whole system, I was instrumental in the development. Okay, all the point of sale system that you see, and those are IT stuff. I was instrumental in implementing the computer that you see at the station. Not only that, under my belt in my 25 years service in the company, I think I have built more than 20 stations. 20 stations. And most of them are still standing right today. Okay. So yeah, I'm very passionate with what I do.
Okay. How does the job market look like now? Are there jobs for me if I graduate today?
For you?
Yeah.
I really don't know what you're doing, but if you graduate today and if you are in the right field, and you said you were doing petroleum. Okay, I think the petroleum market is still depending on what field of petroleum that you are doing. The petroleum market is still robust, and if you graduate today, yes, they still need people. Probably not as you will not be as highly paid as before, because the demand has considerably reduced with the downturn of the price of oil. But still, the industry need good people. So I don't think you will have a problem of employment if you graduate with a petroleum engineering degree.
Petron Marketing Corporation is a wholly owned subsidiary of Petron Corporation.